In today's video, we're smoking some ribs and we're gonna be using our Pro Series 1100 Pit Boss pellet grill. Hey, this is Ricer from Dead Broke Barbecue, Wisconsin, and welcome back to the channel. But if you're new here, we try to help you enhance and amplify your backyard barbecue fun. In today's video, I went ahead and smoked up some St. Louis ribs on my Pit Boss Pro Series 1100. Now, this was only the second time that I ever smoked any ribs using the Pit Boss, but they turned out incredible. Now, I'm still learning how to use this rig, but I enjoy it. You talk about set it and forget it. If you've ever thought about getting a pellet grill, get one, because your free time has just gone up for your weekend cooks. Now also, when I smoked these ribs, I had a chance to use a special ingredient. So stick around to the end and you'll see how awesome these ribs turned out. Now go find yourself a big meaty rack, Jack, because we're gonna smoke up some ribs. I got a couple sets of St. Louis ribs and we're gonna cook them in the Pit Boss. I'm just gonna turn on the Pit Boss and turn it to smoke. Give that a couple minutes, and when it starts smoking, we know we're getting ready to cook. This is gonna give me a couple minutes just to go ahead and season up those St. Louis ribs. Now I went ahead and pulled the membrane on the back of these St. Louis ribs, and I took just your standard barbecued rub and sprinkled them up just to give them a little bit of color, because today, and I'll tell you soon, we have a special surprise for these St. Louis ribs. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're having this stay on smoke for 30 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and put my ribs in, squish them up a little bit, get a little bit meatier on the top of the bone, and I'm putting the thicker part towards the exhaust. This smoker gets a little hotter on the exhaust side. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead, close up the lid, set a timer for 30 minutes because I'm gonna run this on smoke, and then I'm going to 225 degrees and we're gonna run them for about an hour total. Then I'm gonna spritz them down with some lukewarm water. So my 30-minute timer went off. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it up to that 225 degrees and set a timer for another 30 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and spray these down. So today I'm using PremiumCookingPellets.com. I'm just using their perfect mix. Now that's their blend of hickory, cherry, hard maple, and apple. Now these pellets are 100% hardwood with no fillers. And they also don't have any oak or alder in it. Okay, so our timer just went off. Now I'm gonna use my spritzer and give them a light coat of water just to keep them moist for a little bit. Go ahead and open up the lid. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Just gonna give them a little bit over it just to keep them moist for right now at this stage. Perfect. All right, close up the lid, and we're gonna set a timer for 1 hour, and then we're gonna give them another spritz if they need it. If they're starting to sweat real good in the pit, we're just gonna leave them alone. Now this is only the second time that I've cooked ribs on the Pit Boss, and in the first time I did it, I did the 3-2-1 method, but they were done in about 5.5 hours. So on this cook, I'm gonna take off about a half an hour to maybe 45 minutes off your standard 3-2-1 method. And for those of you that aren't aware of the 3-2-1 method, that's when you have them for 3 hours just on the rack, then 2 hours wrapped, and then 1 hour back on the rack again sauced. Okay, so our timer just went off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and check and see if they need a little bit more moisture for that last half an hour. Yeah, they're a little dry, not terrible though. Tell you what, I think we're gonna rotate them just for this last half an hour. We're gonna swap them. And we're gonna add just a little bit of water. Go ahead and close the lid and set a timer for 30 minutes. Then we're gonna go ahead and put them in a catering pan and just cover it with foil. And yes, you heard me right. I'm gonna go ahead and take those St. Louis ribs and put them in a catering pan and just cover it with aluminum foil. I got that information from my good friend Dash. Now I probably sound like a broken record because I've mentioned Dash's name several times, but hey, that's what friends do. We communicate and give each other hints. Now I'm putting them in the catering pan because I don't want to add any brown sugar or butter or honey to these. Because when I put on that special ingredient for the last part of this cook, I want to be able to taste that special ingredient, not have other flavors mixed in. Now hold on to your britches, don't worry, I'm gonna tell you what this special ingredient is. I have to tell you this one because I'm spoiled. Okay, so the 30-minute timer just went off. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in that aluminum foiled pan. Check them out a little bit. A little bit of bone separation, not much. They're starting to crack up though, so, oh yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and just put them right in the pan. And I'm gonna put the fat sides, the thicker parts, both facing in that same direction. Get in there. Hello. Just like that.
Want that bigger piece on top. Put our aluminum foil on, and yes, I'm not putting any juices in there. Close up the lid and set a timer for an hour. We are gonna peek inside that pan in an hour just to see what they look like. We're gonna see if we're starting to get a little bit more bone separation then. Now this part is always the toughest. You got them covered up, but you still smell this thing cooking. Just hold on tight. They'll be done soon. Oh, it's okay, it's beer 30 now. I can have one. And for any of you that haven't ever made a YouTube video, the most annoying thing about doing it is this. When you have to be chained to your camera so you can have nice audio, you feel like a dog on a leash. Yes, of course, I'm waiting for a couple of you tech guys to leave me a message that I should invest into a wireless microphone system. I'm still not even a YouTuber yet. I ain't getting paid. Maybe after a couple of you guys do your reviews, just send me one. I kind of like the Rode wireless one. Okay, so I'm not gonna hold back our secret ingredient any longer. It's Piff's sweet and spicy sauce. You can call me spoiled, you can call me rotten, but I am gonna have some of the best sauce ever made in South Carolina. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, brother, I am excited. Now, Phil was telling me that he doesn't really want to bottle this or anything like that yet. I told him, let's start promoting you, brother, and somebody will come knocking at your door. Okay, so our timer went off, and now I'm gonna go ahead and check them and see if I'm getting a little bit more bone separation like we expect. Open it up here. Pull out the pan a little bit, peel back the aluminum foil, and of course it's right when I just had some pellets drop. These are starting to separate real good, and they're starting to get tender. We'll swap them now, end for end, and put the aluminum foil back on. But you can see, we've got plenty of juice in here, so they're braising just fine. Close up the lid and set a timer for a half an hour, and I'm gonna check that bone separation then. But we're getting darn close. We're almost ready to sauce these up. So a lot of you have seen my other videos, and I always like to heat up my sauce a little bit before I put it on the ribs. So we're just gonna dump a little bit in there. We only gotta cover up 2 of them, so we don't have to use the whole bottle. Okay, we'll just set it right over here. Try to put the lid on. And we're just gonna set the sauce right on this back end over here. And I'm gonna check out these ribs. They smell incredible, and I'm gonna guess that they are ready to be sauced. Oh yeah. Awesome bone separation. They're ready to be lathered up. So what I'm gonna do is carefully push them over here and just take them off for right now. And there's all your rib juice. It braised right in that much liquid, so there's plenty of liquid. You don't even have to add any to ribs. Now this end bone came out just because that's where I peeled off the membrane. Now my sauce didn't get much of a chance to heat up because I thought I was gonna end up putting them on for about another 15 minutes in the aluminum foil pan, but hey, these things are ready. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the backside first. We're gonna put some sauce on, and yes, that's gonna get our aluminum foil nice and dirty. Now I'm gonna cheat and just run the dauber right through there. Get some of Phil's sauce on here. Gosh, these smell incredible. They are popping out. Like, please help me. I wanna be eaten. Now obviously when you flip these ribs over, it's gonna leave a little bit of mess on your heat deflector, but hey, that's why we foiled them up, right? Same thing here. Spread it out. Take off my gloves. Okay, so we're gonna set a timer for 15 minutes, and then it's gonna be time to eat these ribs up. I'm excited, they smell incredible. I wonder if a guy could bottle this and sell it as perfume. Probably wouldn't wanna go to any barbecue competitions because people would be hunting you down if you smelled like this. So our 15 minutes are up. Let's go ahead and check these out. Oh yeah, these are pretty. Yeah. Flexy. Whoa. That one is tender. Go ahead and remove my glove and I can shut off the Pit Boss. Okay, this is always the hard part to do, is go ahead and flip them over. Whoa. And cut them. And obviously you just kind of wreck a little bit of the sauce that you just took time to caramelize, but Oh well, we're not entering any competition here. We're just looking for a good rib. Stop right there. We're gonna pick this one. Tender and juicy, looking good. Now I wasn't going for fall off the bone. I just wanna have bite off the bone. Awesome. That's a bite off the bone. Oh, there's so much meat here, I don't even know if I can open my mouth up that wide. I don't know if you can get any better than that. Your sweet and spicy sauce is awesome, man. This could be the best rib I've ever made in my life. So tender, just incredible. Okay, so that was so good, I have to have another one. Come on, serious? We're gonna have to take a little trip down to South Carolina and make a visit at Piff and Jif's house. Toby, I like dogs. These are so good. That's all I'm gonna do is show you this. It's like a lollipop. Still sticking though. Amazing.
Now let's read some comments from last week's video. The first one comes from Cooking with Corey. He says, looking mighty tasty, great work. Well, thanks, Corey. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. And all of you should go over and check out his channel because he's not just into barbecue, he cooks just about everything. And he's got a dessert video in there that's gonna make your mouth water. And the last comment comes from the Dog Father's Barbecue, and he says, always enjoy your videos, bro. It was a challenge doing this though, right? I never grilled a sandwich like this on just the grates either. LOL. Well, thanks a lot, Dog Father. I appreciate that you enjoy watching my videos. Now, all of you have to go over and join the Dog Pound. Now, the Dog Father has a Lone Star Grills cabinet smoker that I'm incredibly jealous that he has. It is one of my favorite smokers that they make. Now go over and check out the Dog Pound and you'll thank me for it. I'll have both of their channels listed in the description below, so go over and check them out. Or you can go ahead and wait until the end of this video and just click on their subscription button and it'll jump you right there. And I just want to give a big shout out to Phil and Florence for sending me that bottle of incredible rib sauce. And I'm telling you, mister, that is some of the best rib sauce I've ever had in my life. I hope that you can market and sell it someday in the future. Thanks again, Piff. I really appreciate it. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't, become a subscriber. Turn on that notification bell because you don't want to miss my next video. I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you in the next video.
God darn it.
Now also when I smoke these ribs, I got to use a special ingredient. Now I can't juggle, I don't wear a rainbow color wig, and I don't wear a big nose, but I do wear big floppy shoes. Can't help it, that's what you gotta do when you wear a size 13.